What's good? What's good? It's your girl KK, and I'm back with another video. And in today's video, I'm about to be fighting off flies. No, I'm just joking, but it's like a million flies in here, and I literally don't know why. I have no clue why, where they're coming from, how they're getting in. I literally don't know. I open the door so that they can fly out. And every time I think I'm chasing one, I'm chasing literally like five, because there'll be like five already in the door by the time I see the one I'm looking for and it gets to the door. Anyways, done with the little rant or whatever. But yeah, so today's video, I'm about to be studying my cosmetology book. Don't mind me, my glass is broken. I ain't got them fixed yet, so it's a little ghetto over here. It's real ghetto over here. Even y'all can't tell. Anyway, I'm studying my cosmetology book. I went to Maranello, so we did study out of My Lady. This is the older edition, but this is the book that I had when I was in school. Actually, this is not mine. This is the same type, but this is not mine. I got this one on Amazon. So anybody who went to cosmetology school who wants to get a book and wants to study, like, you can just literally buy this off of Amazon from somebody who's selling theirs, because I don't know what I do with mine, like a dumbass. But anyways, I'm about to be doing some flashcards, but I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all and kind of tell y'all like just my little life story or whatever while I write out my flashcards. I already have some written out. Abductor digit minimal is like the joint, the muscle that make your fingers like come in like this, period. I know that. Oh, it's the one that separates your fingers and your toes. It's the one that go like this, but I was close. It's the fingers and it's the one that separated. But anyways, I'm not gonna be studying with y'all like that. I'm gonna just come writing down my things. But yeah, your girl think it's time that she go back to cosmetology to get my state board license, because I never got my license. I just was kind of doing hair. What happened was I went to Maranello, and for those of you who are in the beauty industry who know, like, and this is a warning to all my girls in beauty school right now, whenever you go to a school, like, just make sure that your financial aid and what the books are at your school, the amount of the cost of your school is adding up. Because basically what Maranello did was they would like get money from financial aid and then like put it into like my records. So let's say financial aid paid like $1,500 to Maranello for me to go there, right, on my behalf. And see, there go another fly. And what the school would say, okay, well, you've paid up, let's say up to $1,400, right? So it's $100 that's just missing, basically. Like, it's like, where is it at? But lo and behold, they was like money laundering, stealing money. Like, it was like a whole big old thing with like every Maranello. Like, that's just what they were doing. Like, they was like really like a Ponzi scheme. Like, was taking your money that you invested in, was doing whatever they wanted with it. So that was the case. So I'll just say, always keep track. And how I knew that is because when I stopped going to Maranello, I couldn't get my license. So I didn't have my certificate and I couldn't get my license. I tried to go get my license, but they were like, oh, we need your Maranello records or whatever. I tried to go before that when I was in school, but I had lost my ID on some weird shiesty shit with Maranello. It was like, I felt like somebody stole my wallet, but where my purse was at, it was like where my purse was at, the security cameras didn't show that angle, which was odd to me, like very suspicious. But it is what it is. So I just never went to Maranello that time. I never went to State Board at that time while I was in school. So I was just like, man, whatever, like, forget about it. I was just braiding. And at the time, when I was doing hair, like in California, you didn't need like a license to braid hair. If you're not cutting or like using hot tools on nobody, you don't need a license. So I was just braiding, just doing my thing or whatever. But now that I got into the wigs, oh, and then I got into wigs, so it was just like, I don't even really need to have my license per se, you know. And like during the pandemic and stuff, because I went to school in 2014, graduated in 2015, was braiding up until like 2019. Was like one of the best braiders out here, was really literally popping, like that girl, period. Still am that girl. Like, people literally beg me to still braid their hair, but I don't braid no more. But so up until 2019, I was doing braids. 2020 hit, the pandemic hit. I was working at a shop in 2019, just braiding. 2020 hit, the pandemic hit. I was like, I'm not doing hair in the shop no more. My daughter had to be homeschooled because I have an older daughter. She's 9 now, but she's probably like 7 at the time. she had to be homeschooled because they was pulling her out of school. I didn't have nobody else to watch. I was like, oh, I'm gonna just do hair from home or whatever. Didn't really need a license, was still kind of braiding. And in 2020, 2021, I was like, I'm gonna start doing wigs. Even in 2019, I was like, I'm gonna just start doing wigs. That's what I kind of put my craft into when Eric and Tay had came or whatever. And he was like really killing the wig game. And I was like, damn, this nigga making bank off these wigs. Like, I can literally do that, you know, and it's nothing. Like, a wig is nothing. Like, it's easy, it's simple, it's cute. So that's what I started doing. And then, so yeah. But now, where I'm at now, 2023, after the pandemic, after I had my baby during a pandemic, had another baby, got pregnant in 2021, had a pandemic baby, I'm just kind of like, I think I want to start working in the shop now, because I do love to do presses. And I mean, I can do all that. I have a daughter, I do it on myself, I do it on my family. I can do presses, I can do I can do braids, but I don't really like to. But I will if need be, if I'm in a salon space and I just feel more comfortable, you know. I'm not turning down no money, basically. I want to do my wigs and stuff. I want to install weaves and stuff inside the shop. And to do that in the salon suites out here that I'm looking at, you have to be licensed to do that. So yeah, I'm trying to do that. But I said all that to say, you need your license no matter what. And if you are in beauty school, just be very mindful of whatever school that you're going to, because a lot of schools, they just don't care about your well-being. Like, it's just not that. They don't care about that. They only care about your money. And a lot of schools, even now, they only care about like you passing state board, which I heard state board is changing. But when I was in school, they didn't teach us how to do like everything, a whole lot of stuff. It was just kind of like you going to school just so that you can get your license, and then you learn whatever else that you want to learn on the side. So for me, I already knew I wanted to be a braider. Everybody in my family braided. All my mama friends braided. Like, we was just braiders. Like, that's just all I knew. So I just wanted to be a braider or whatever. But now I would say, if you in cosmetology school or something, really focus on what you want to do. Really focus on like what you want to do, what it is that you're passionate about. If you want to do presses, focus on doing presses. You want to do nails, focus on doing nails. I know state board is different now too. Like, they used to be about like every state board used to be about every general thing. Like, you'd have to bring a mannequin or bring a person. First, when I first went to school, like, it was in like 13, it was like you got to bring a person, and they switched to bringing a mannequin. And now it's not even like no more practical exams. It's literally all online, all testing. It's like 100 questions that you only do like a test. So it's not like everybody in the cosmetology world has to know everything. Like, no, I don't have to know about nails, so I don't do nails. I don't need to know about facials, I don't do facials. Eyelashes, I don't do lashes. All I need to know is what I want to do. So that's why I say, somebody that's in school, focus on what you want to do. Don't be so focused on what everybody around you want to do, or all your friends and stuff like that. Like, focus on what you want to do. If it's a nail section, of course, learn nails, because you got to pass the test and shit like that. Like, and this stuff is going to be on state board, the test, like the actual written test. But as far as like doing an application, if you don't want to do that shit, don't do it. Like, don't do it. Oh, I started doing nails during the pandemic and stuff too, but I got over that. That was short-lived. I gave all my stuff to my sister. When I tell y'all, I bought everything. Like, I had like the lamp, I had all the powders, I had every brush, I had the clippers, I had all the tips and all that. But I gave all of that up, because it's just not what I wanted to do. Like, that's why I say, while you in cosmetology school, really figure out what it is that you want to do. Don't waste your time while you're in there talking to people and getting to know friends and shit like that. Like, you're not even gonna know these people, like, once you graduate. Because you gotta think, people come from all over. So you're not gonna meet these people no more. But I'm trying to get my test. After you go to school though, and you get your 1,600 hours, you can go to school You can go to the site as long as you have your records. Oh, and the only reason that I knew Marinella was stealing money is because when I had to go get my records, I had to like contact this totally other person, still never got a certificate. And other people I went to school with who graduated like before me, they got certificates of completion. I never got that, and I'm still very salty about that. But I had to call this one dude, and he sent me over like this huge packet. And when I tell you I got my accounting on, baby, I got my accounting on. So that's why now in 2023, when Biden was like dismissing everybody's student loans and stuff, oh yeah, you dismissed mine. Oh, for sure, because they were robbing me. I shouldn't have to pay all of this money, and it wasn't even used for what it was used for. And then you shut the school down. So please forgive me of these loans for even going to the school. But thank God I can still go get my license. All I gotta do is pay the $50 fee to go take the test. And it's totally different too. The test used to be like only in like Gardena or something like that. Now it's anywhere. I can go to San Dimas. I can go to Riverside to take the test. So I'm happy about that. I'm just trying to study. But what was I saying? Oh, I was saying I talk a lot. I was saying I only knew that they were stealing money from me because I had got my big old packet or whatever, and I'm looking over the stuff, looking over the hours that I got and the money that was spent, and I'm like, why is this not adding up? Why is financial aid paying so much and I haven't even attended these many hours, but then the school on the back end is still charging me extra? I'm like, but Marinello, my financial aid, Great Lakes, they done already paid you. Why I still gotta come out of pocket and pay you extra? Like, it was just a whole bunch of different stuff. Like, this shit just wasn't adding up, like, from what I received to what they deposited. And people, you really don't know about this until you really go and ask for stuff like this, because this is information I could have asked financial aid. I could have been like, can I see my ledger? I could have went to the school. Can I see the school, not financial aid, went to the Marinello and be like, can I see my payment ledger and shit like that? Like, you know, when you go to Marinello, you're supposed to be able to get a refund because your financial aid is going to pay more to the school than what is actually needed. So anything that's a balance that's left over, they either have to send it back to financial aid, or you can request financial aid to send that to you. Let's say it's $2,000 and you need you a little bucket or something to go get to work, to school every day. You could use that money because it's for that. It's for housing, it's for work, it's for travel, it's for housing, it's for travel, it's for utensils, anything that you may need, you know? So there's a lot of stuff that they don't tell you when you at the school. That's why I'm telling y'all, whoever's in beauty school right now, like, you can literally go and use this information. Like, you can go be like, hey, can I have my ledger, or can I get the refund from my financial aid? Can I see how much financial aid has paid out, so that you know what you got to pay back, because you got to pay this loan back at the end of the day. So you need to y'all need to look out for that and check up on that, because that's literally how we got finessed and how we got scammed. And I should have known, because somebody kept telling me. Somebody was like, my mom friend was like, Marinello ain't shit, Marinello ain't shit. And I'm like, it's just like the best beauty school out here. What are you talking about? Like, I'm going to Marinello, like, for real. But it was literally a waste of my fucking time. But yeah, so after I had got that ledger or whatever, that's when I started to see all the mistakes that they was making and stealing money and stuff. They even had it because I went to school when I was pregnant with my oldest daughter, and like mid pregnancy, like 4 months till I gave birth, I was there. So when I gave birth in August, I took a leave of absence for 2 weeks, because you can't stop going to school until you like file for like a leave of absence, because if you do, they'll drop you. So I was like, oh, I need a leave of absence for just like 2 weeks or whatever, just so I can have my baby, you know, bond with her, get to know her, whatever, and put her in daycare and stuff like that, so I can be able to come back and forth to school every day. I did that, but Marinello was charging me the whole time. So they was telling financial aid that I never took a leave of absence. So financial aid is paying out this money thinking I'm still enrolled, but I'm totally not. Like, I was like literally finessed by financial aid. Finessed by Marinello. So that's really something to look out for. But I'm just glad that I'm still able to get my license, because this is a blessing for me. Because if I didn't, and I gotta go all the way back to school, I'm gonna be hurt. I will be hurt. So this is just like a fair warning to people that's in cosmetology school. Y'all better check up on y'all stuff, and don't let these people play about you. Now that you know, because if I knew better, I would have done better. But I'm telling y'all so y'all know better. And now that you know better, don't let these people play about you. Don't let them play in your face. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Even when I was at school, the little principal lady, she used to come out with these green letters and be like, oh, if y'all don't pay this much by this time, then you're gonna be dropped from the program and stuff like that. And we young, like, you know, I'm like 18, 19. I really don't know about like tax credit, taxes and shit like that. Like, I don't know that when you go file taxes, people be really greedy for your money. Like, so every time around tax time, this bitch would be like, oh, well, I was only there for 1 year during tax time, but she was like, oh, you gotta pay for this, this and that, or if you don't pay, then you getting dropped from the program. Literally just finessing me on my bread. And then in the ledger, when I also saw is that when I stopped going there for a minute because I had some family problems, so I just stopped going or whatever. But then when I went back, my mama paid out of pocket like $500 out of pocket or whatever. And on my little ledger, it don't say nothing about it. Nothing about it. It say that financial aid paid the whole freaking thing. So when I tell y'all to go talk to y'all financial aid people, you better go talk to them. You better go talk to them. Yeah, better. Even my financial aid, I think they got shut down because they just sent me an email talking about my financial aid is about to be transferred to a different company. They all work together though, so it ain't like a third party. It's like they're like a partnership. They became partners and they just gonna buy out my company that I already had. But I think that's something fishy about that too. I told them don't report that on my credit, period. Because I don't need shit messing up my credit. I don't need no new credit lines, no new age. So yeah, so basically y'all just pay attention to what's going on. If you're in the beauty industry, if you're in school, I always say go get your license though, because nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can take that accomplishment from you. That's like you proving that this is really what you want to do. You're learning. You're certified, you know. Can't nobody play with you and be like, oh, you're not really licensed and you don't really know who I am. Like, I really studied for this. I really went to school for this. So that's why I say get your license. And even for me too, like, that's why I'm really passionate about going back and getting my license so that I can really be certified and really be in a shop that's just mine, because I want to be in Salon Suite. That's just mine, and just be like, you know what, I did the damn thing. Like, I really want to do this. So then maybe one day I'll open up my own shop if I feel like it. I don't really like managing people though, because I just can't get with everybody mouth. I don't do that. Somebody always got a problem. I'm not here for that. So yeah. But anybody that's new in the business, I always say go get your cosmetology license. Even if you see people that be like, oh, I'll get you certified in lashes or nails and stuff like that, you still need a cosmetology license. If you can't really do stuff like that, not in California. For me, I could do braids because that's just braids. That's just how it was. But I think they changed the law a couple years ago. I think like in 2019, they changed that law. So you started to have to get licensed. So then when the pandemic, I was like, I'm done. But for sure, you can't play with nobody's eyes and their nails, because that's chemicals going inside the body. That's why it was different for me braiding. But you can't play with people like that. So you have to go get your cosmetology license. I'm just saying, when you're in school, make sure you know what the fuck is going on. Make sure you know where your money is going, because it may not be your money per se that's paying for it, but you the one that got to pay all that money back. So it's going to be your money that they playing with at the end of the day. But yeah, so I'm just still doing my flashcards. But that's the end of this video. I'm going to let y'all go. If y'all have any questions, leave a comment down below, and I will be sure to hit y'all back on the next one. See y'all. Peace.